Once there was a family. They were such a normal family, you know. There was a mother and a father and a brother and a sister, and there was a baby. Her name was Rosie. One day that mother, she came downstairs. She was going to make pancakes for breakfast, blueberry pancakes. She got out all that flour and the milk, and she had herself in an elbow deep. When that baby, she brought little Rosie down with her and put her in the high chair, that baby spoke up. I want some apple juice. Well, Mama, she couldn't get the apple juice right then. She was all full of that pancake stuff. And just then her daughter had walked into the kitchen. Would you go down and get the apple juice for Rosie? I will. So that daughter of hers, she opened up the basement door and she went down those steps and she went into the deep, dark basement. She went across the basement floor and she reached up right to the cupboard where the apple juice was kept, and she would have opened it, except right there, going from the floor up the wall across the ceiling, was a great big ghost. And he had one black eye, and he was looking down at her. And that girl, she backed up and she ran up those stairs and she slammed that door shut, and she just stood there shaking. She couldn't say one single word. Her brother saw her. Yeah, I know you're scared of that basement. Well, I'm not scared of that basement. So her brother, he walked across the floor. He opened up that basement door. He started down those steps and he walked across that dark basement right to where that cupboard was. And he reached up. He was going to open up the cupboard. But he saw a great big ghost looking down at him with one black eye. It spoke to him. I'm a great big ghost, and I got one black eye. Oh, he ran up those stairs. He shut that basement door, and he stood right beside his sister, just shaking in his slippers. The papa saw them. He put down his newspaper. The two of you can't get apple juice? Oh. He stood up. He walked across that floor. He opened up that basement door. He stepped down each one of those steps and he walked across that dark basement. And he was going to open up that cupboard full of apple juice. When he looked just out of the corner of his eye, he saw that ghost going up the wall, looking down at him with that one black eye. I'm a great big ghost, and I got one black eye. Oh, the papa, he backed up step by step. He couldn't take his eyes off that ghost. And then he turned around and he ran up those stairs and he shut that door right behind him, and he stood beside his son, who was standing beside their daughter. And all three of them were just shaking in their shoes. The mama turned around and saw the three of them standing there. Do I have to do everything by myself? Made her steamed. She turned around, left little Rosie right there. She walked across that kitchen. She opened up that basement door. She stamped down those stairs and into that dark basement. She's reaching out to open up that cupboard when she saw a great big ghost looking down at her with one black eye. I'm a great big ghost, and I got one black eye. Oh, oh. She inched back like her husband had. Then she turned around, and as quick as she could, she ran up those stairs. She shut that basement door. She stood beside her husband, who stood beside their son, who stood beside their daughter, and all of them were just shaken. They could not say a word. Well, there was Rosie in her high chair. I want some apple juice. I want some apple juice. Nobody went to get her apple juice. Little Rosie, she stood up in her high chair, and she kind of climbed down the high chair. She kind of waddled like a baby does across that kitchen floor. She reached way up, and she got that basement door, and she opened it. And then she turned around, and she went down backwards, step by step, and then she got herself up. She kind of waddled across that floor, and then she reached way up again with those little hands to get that cupboard, because she knew where the apple juice was when she saw it going up the wall and looking down at her. A great big ghost he had. One black eye. I'm a great big ghost. And I got one black eye. Well, Rosie looked at him. Yeah, you're a great big ghost with one black eye, but you're gonna have two black eyes if you don't get my apple juice. And that's what she told him.